Title: The Broken Storm Prologue, the beginning of Sorrow Brookhaven, a city where shadows and pain lingered at every corner, was the birthplace of Kevin's story. His life, marked by tragedy before it even began, started with the death of his parents on the night of his birth. They never saw his first smile, leaving him an orphan before he had a chance to know love. The city echoed his sorrow, cold and distant, much like the life Kevin would soon face. In Brookhaven, kindness was rare, and Kevin, fragile and young, would soon learn that the world was not a place of compassion. Chapter 1: Shadows of Loss. In his early days, Kevin was taken in by his grandmother, a gentlewoman who offered him the only glimpse of love he would know. Yet, even her warmth couldn't protect him from the cruelty of fate. When Kevin turned one, masked men came in the dead of night, taking her life and setting their home ablaze. Kevin, a mere child, crawled through the flames, his world turned to ashes. Alone and afraid, Kevin was left with nothing but the memory of the only person who cared for him. Chapter 2: The Outcast Boy. As Kevin grew, so did the weight of his loneliness. The children at school saw him as nothing more than a target. They mocked him for his differences, for the family he lost, for his isolation. "You're just a waste of space," they taunt, leaving him bruised and broken, physically and emotionally. Kevin's powers began to stir within him, a hidden strength he didn't yet understand. He trained himself, trying to grow stronger, but despite his efforts, the pain of being unloved remained. Chapter 3: Max. The only friend. One cold afternoon, as Kevin wandered the streets, he found a small, starving puppy. The puppy's frail body and sad eyes softened Kevin's heart. Naming him Max, Kevin found comfort in the companionship he had long been denied. Max became his friend, the only creature that seemed to care about him. For the first time, Kevin felt a glimmer of happiness, but even then, he knew better than to trust in joy for too long. Chapter 4: The Storm. One night, a storm tore through Brookhaven. Kevin and Max sought shelter, but fate had other plans. A bolt of lightning struck near them, and Max, his only friend, was gone in an instant. Kevin held his lifeless body, his heart breaking once more. The storm raged on, as did Kevin's grief. Once again, he was alone, abandoned by a world that seemed determined to take everything from him. Chapter 5: Strength in Pain. Max's death hardened Kevin's heart. He continued to train, his powers growing with his pain, but nothing could fill the void left behind by those he lost. Though the world feared his strength, all Kevin ever wanted was for someone to care for the broken boy behind the power. He continued his journey, walking through the endless storm, always searching for a place where he might finally belong.